the drones, and from Russian side we see the response. They also use the suicide or kamikaze drones. So this war might bring more casualties and might also involve other states. For example, there is an accusation from Ukraine side that Iran is supporting Russia. So that might be a certain kind of an escalation, yes, more. I'm not sure that the European states, of NATO are going to be participants of the war, since they are not fighting directly. It's Ukraine, which is not a member of the European Union and not part of the NATO. So there is no a direct war between the West and Russia. And it might also include the countries from Asia, so those countries that support Russia. We know exactly that the West openly supports and provides military support, financial support, and they provide those drones. But there is no direct conflict between Russia and the West. So I'm quite doubting, yes, that any European state would be involved. And you have mentioned about UN. UN is not part of the conflict, so it's taking kind of a mediatory, kind of a mediation level, and is not part of the conflict. The thing is that there is no one power that might bring these two states to reconciliation. So there is no strong negotiation process between the states. So it's still escalating, and both countries are getting equipped with more and more military support, and so Ukraine gets support on a daily basis. So for the time being, there is no solution of the conflict on peaceful grounds. So let's hope that it might be UN or any other international space that would provide support in bringing these two countries to negotiation and finally signing the reconciliation and peace treaty. The thing is that maybe some of the Southeast Asian countries, like organizations like ASEAN, would take participation and would play a role of kind of a negotiator. And also, for example, Kazakhstan was always trying to play a role of a country that would bring together and make these countries to sign the peace treaty. I would say that there are some European states that they're not so much pro-war, and for example, Hungary and Germany, with time to time we'll hear that they're not anymore going to support strongly Ukraine in this war. And it's quite right. Yes, I'm sure that now Ukraine is trying to attack and attack. Well, let's take Kursk, and we see that it was a big damage here for Russia, and Russia is getting also the response in the same way using suicides or kamikaze drones. Well, so it brings casualties as well. So the conflict is just escalating. I think there is no kind of way for today, to see that the conflict resolution is close. And I would say that Ukraine is pretty much dependent on the Western support. So this peaceful negotiation process is quite far. And to be realistic, I would say that it would take years for both countries, to come to a resolution and sign the peace treaty. So it would take much time.